Brian, what did we discover for you today, Brian Pickens?
Well, we're almost to that burnout point. I know we're pushing too hard, and I just need to get staffed up. I've been trying to get some staff, but obviously not hard enough. I need to become more flexible, perhaps with the working hours, to get that work-life balance for these new guys coming in, because it's an employee's market out there, right?
How many would maybe vote for getting a little more flexible on time?
I would talk to them and say, guys, we've been pushing it really hard. Should we schedule it back and let them vote on what they want?
I'll add more to this. So yesterday I was away from the shop for a little bit, and the service writer Jared and my lead guy Kyle kind of came to a little bit of a disruption because of the stress, right?
Oh yeah.
They ended up coming together, getting things straightened out. But I asked them, I said, let's slow it down. We're getting burned out. The customers are getting cranky. It's just the heat. It's everything else involved. And they told me no. And I'm like, well, guys, we're going to have to figure out something, because it's not healthy for you guys for all of us to be pushing this hard. But I think I'm going to just have to put my foot down before it blows up, right? Because these guys are driven that way.
So if you had this candidate sitting in your office that wanted to come to work for you, and you wanted him, why don't you gather your key people up and say, hey, we got a technician here that eliminate a lot of stress, but guys, his work requirement is 4 days a week. Now I want to hire the guy and put him on. I want to make sure you understand why.
Mm-hmm.
And you lead them all through that process, right? That's a leader.
Mm-hmm.
One that passes on somebody that has the credentials today, and you want them on your staff and could do the work. It is stymieing your business.
With our automotive software, it's easy enough to schedule that work. He doesn't even have to work 4/10s. He can just work 4 days.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah. If you look at the hospital systems, how many days do the nurses work now? 3.
3 12s.
3 12s. Why are they doing that?
Time off.
Somebody really smart figured out people like it.
Somebody smart. Yeah. And and if they can do that, why can't we? There was a shop in Baytown, Texas. One of my used to buy my equipment from me. He worked 5 technicians, 4 days a week. And guess what he hired? All people that like to hunt. That was a criteria that he had. So if you didn't like to hunt, you weren't in the conversations, were you? So he had he loved to hunt himself. So when the deer season came and duck season came, where do you think these guys were going?
Hunting.
They all knew they had certain days off to go hunt. And so the people that knew they had to work, well, that won't work. You can't run a shop like that. That's letting the employees run the asylum. He only did it for 27 years and sold out. Had another guy that worked 4 days a week. His shop was only open Monday through Thursday. That's it. He had 4 full-time technicians in Nebraska. So people in Nebraska, what do they like to do?
Watch
Most of them like to hunt. Some of them even farm, don't they? So it gave them time to do that. Plus, this is the weird part. When you made an appointment, Andy, his shop, he charged your credit card $39.95. You didn't show, he kept it.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, that's a no-show fee, dude. When you say, I'm going to be here at 2 o'clock, we've got your time allocated and we're taking your money if you don't show. I said, that won't work. Why?
Dentists do it.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, no, and if we get caught in how we operate right now, but do we have to have flexibility?
Yeah.